Triple M rocks Sunday Arvo footy. Triple M rocks the footy. For Harvey Norman Home Appliances.
Does anyone have anything to add to the topic of Radradra at the moment? Do we think because you get two completely conflicting reports, don't you, from the club? They are trying to make it sound like everything is absolutely rosy, yet you hear from people that know Sammy that he don't want to come back.
Well, who would you believe there?
I would
club
believe,
or the people who know him?
I believe people
and the people around him with no agenda, or the club which does have an agenda. And I feel sorry for Parramatta, I really do. But look, the reality is, as breathtaking as Semi Radradra can be, he's a winger, and you can't win premierships with great wingers. You don't.
Yes, you can.
Well, you can win. What I mean is, wingers can't win you premierships.
No, they're those blokes that hang around.
You've got to put your money in your salary cap.
Well, they are. Wingers are those blokes that hang around footballers and they only score tries. You know why wingers score tries, Maroon? Because they're marked by wingers.
Ryan, you're at back.
What?
No, he's a centre. No
wingers,
way.
You know, they're like muscly touch judges, really. That's what they are.
But the fact is, you just can't there's only a certain amount of your salary cap you can dedicate to your wingers. And unlike rugby, I was talking to Michael Checker the other night about it, and he said, look, in rugby union, they're the players we want. That's why they've gone out and they've signed Korobidi and those types of players, because they're finishers in their game, and they're of greater value in rugby union than they are in rugby league. So rugby league was such a...
Because they're still struggling to score tries.
Well, with the salary cap there, it's just... You can't put your money. Wingers won't turn your club around. If you said to Newcastle Knights, we'll give you Semi Radradra, they'll go from 16th to 15th next year. That's all they'll do. They won't. You give them Corey Parker, they might get up to 8th, 9th, 10th. Just one player.
Yeah.
Not with a winger.
Mate, like you said it before. If someone's worth, when you spoke to Ivan Cleary, if they're worth $250 and you're paying them $250, well, your salary cap's good.
Yeah.
If they're worth $250 and you're paying them $300, well, mate, what's a really good winger worth? Are they worth $250, $300, $350, mate?
That's about all they are.
You can't pay them over unless he goes and plays in another position and he dominates that position and he's good in that position. Well, then.
They're talking about over 400, aren't they, for Semi Parramatta in the next few years? No wonder they've got salary cap issues.
Yeah, and I know one club a couple of years ago had their two wingers on at $500,000 each.
Don't talk about Newcastle.
No, well, Kiliuwata, he's on that sort of money.
And he's not in first grade now.
He's not in first grade, and he's not worth that. He just doesn't contribute to the result enough to justify the payment.
So let me ask all three of you, if you're a betting man, I'll start with you, Ryan. If you're a betting man, what do you think's going to happen to Semi?
Well, I'm going to believe that I actually like the stand that Todd Greenberg and the NRL have made. I agree with that. We need to take a hardline stance, and I believe he'll come back. Had we given Semi the leverage to actually use our game in that way and then come back and then go over and play some rugby and then come back, he probably would have done it. But I think
we can do that, though.
I don't either. Yeah. So I think he's now being forced to make a decision, which I agree with, and I think his decision will be stability and rugby league. You can't go if you're unsure about different aspects of your life at the moment. You're unsure about whether it be, your family life or your professional life and all those things. The last thing you want to do is just pick up and go to the other side of the world.
I think you're wrong.
You think he'll go?
I'll tell you what.
I think the game needs to be strong because I sat out a year.
They are being strong.
Mate, so I sat out a year from trying to go from one club to another club inside this game. And when people want to leave this game, they must be they can't. So we've got to hold an injunction against them and then allowed to go play.
I think
if they're contracted here, they've got to stay here.
I think,
but you think he'll go?
Look, you talk about he wants stability given what's going on in his life. He left Fiji to move to Australia for money, not stability. He was far more comfortable, obviously, living in Fiji than he was in Parramatta. He then made a decision to abandon Fijian rugby league for the Australian rugby league, again for money, not because he felt any straight bond with Australia.
If he wants to be
he's a mercenary, you're saying.
And what I'm saying is if he's going to get offered significantly more, we've said before on this show that the English rugby union salary cap's about to go up 80%.
Uh-huh.
The French rugby salary cap has already gone up I don't quite know the percentage, but it's gone up a significant amount. I think it was a year ago when they signed their new television deal. My one reason for giving that he won't go now is because to sign with French Rugby, he had to sign the contract some weeks back. And now, when Sonny Bill left, the same situation came up there. Everybody said, well, he can't go, he can't play because he would have had to sign the contract 3 weeks earlier. And then we found out he had.
So what are you saying? He's going to go or stay? Let's have a bet. I'll bet you he plays in the NRL for the rest of the year. We'll bet lunch on it.
No, I actually think all right. Well, let's do it. Right.
Well, you just disagreed with me and said you're wrong, and then now you're saying that I'm right.
No,
which one is it? Am I right?
I think he will go sooner rather than later.
What?
I'm just moving out of the road in case Kenny starts on.
No,
defend yourself at all times. Okay,
his hands are in his pockets at the moment.
I think. Look, I think he'll go.
You think he'll go eventually, or straight away?
I think
we won't see him again in the NRL.
Tell me what you know, Kenny.
I think he'll come back for a few weeks.
There you go. All right.
Well, listen.
And then he'll go.
What about you? You're the casting vote here, Gordy. What do you think? He goes or he stays? In a word.
I would love to see him stay.
But you think he'll go?
Yeah, money hungry.
All right, Canberra 12.
He's money hungry.
Look, if you're a Parramatta supporter, just to end this little yarn, that'll be Radradra, Peets, Junior Paulo, Michael Gordon next year. There've been issues with Corey Norman. They've had the health issues with Kieran Foran. And then on top of all that, the old salary cap. What a year. Certainly nothing else can go wrong for Parramatta.
Hey.
But you dare not say that.
Think about this, Parramatta fans are getting a new stadium.
There's you see, you're a glass half full guy.
I just hope there's someone to play in it.
You're a glass half full guy, you are. Canberra 12, Gold Coast 10.